Whether it be the tough-talking rhymes over a heavy bass rhythm or the culture of parading your wealth in the form of opulent cars, clothing, and jewelry and using misguided machoism to prove one's street credit, hip-hop and rap music have become overshadowed by a dark cloud of death for many decades. This has been the case for a variety of reasons. Throughout the history of rap battles, the goal has always been to defeat one's opponent by degrading them in the most public way possible by employing punchlines and analogies. Only then could one claim victory in the verbal conflict. The hip-hop music genre is arguably the only genre to have seen this as a common occurrence, and it has had its fair share of rappers who passed away when they were at the pinnacle of their popularity. Today's video is about rappers that died. 10. Young Dolph. Young Dolph, also known as Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., was the victim of the most recent senseless and tragic murder caused by gun violence. Born in Chicago in 1985, he moved to Memphis with his younger brothers to live with his grandmother. It was there that he was introduced to a life of peddling illegal drugs and being a member of gangs at a young age. In spite of the difficult circumstances of his upbringing, he remained resolute in his goal to become more successful than the typical drug dealer on the corner by combining his innate ability to rhyme with the clever business strategies he picked up on the streets. His wealth of $3 million was accumulated through the release of a number of albums and the purchase of a number of residences. Young Dolph, aged 36, was tragically shot on November 17, shortly after the release of the sequel to his album Dumb and Dumber 2. He was killed in the same neighborhood that he claimed to be the king of. 9. Nipsey Hussle. The untimely passing of Nipsey Hussle was likely one of the most shocking developments to occur in the music industry in recent years. Nipsey, whose real name is Ermias Joseph Askedam and who was born in Los Angeles, California, shares a story with a large number of other rappers in that he was negatively influenced by his environment while he was growing up. Along the same lines as Snoop Dogg, Nipsey Hussle was a member of the legendary Crips gang in Los Angeles, which is easily identifiable by the blue clothing they wear. His journey, which began with gang violence, trafficking drugs, and the gift of music, ultimately culminated in his becoming a respectable businessman and achieving success in the music industry, even partnering with prominent figures such as Drake and Diddy. His story is one of redemption. 8. King Von. At birth, the young Chicago rapper was given the name Davon Daquan Bennett, but professionally, he was known as King Von. Tragically, he passed away at the youthful age of 26, just as he was beginning to emerge as a renowned rapper. King Von was a member of the O Block gang in Chicago, as he made explicit on the album that he released just 1 week before the tragic event that took his life and was named Welcome to O Block. Von's style was largely influenced by the drill era of Chicago rap, and his tracks frequently featured stories of the brutality, murder, and law evasion that occurred in his area at the time. Von was born and raised in Chicago. Although he was raised in the same state as the famous rapper Kanye West, it is abundantly evident that Von's rap style, life experiences, and fan base were quite dissimilar to those of Kanye's. 7. FBG Duck. Carlton Weekly, better known by his stage as FBG Duck, was another musician who hailed from the Chicago metropolitan area. And, much like King Von, he was a renowned gang affiliation who changed his life around and became a rapper. However, he was a member of the gangster Disciples Street Gang. The local rapper Duck, who was killed on August 4, 2020 and was 26 years old at the time of his death, was reportedly standing on a sidewalk when 4 unknown assailants opened fire on him, wounding him many times. Duck's death was reported by news agencies. On the same day, it was reported that he had passed away. Duck has released a number of albums, but the single Slide from 2018 is the one that brought him widespread attention. Due to the fact that Duck's Gangster Disciple Gang and the Black Disciples Gang of Southside Chicago are frequently at odds with one another, it is assumed that the shooting was gang-related. And just like that, we've lost another one to the ravages of time. 6. Pop Smoke. Bashar Baraka Jackson, better known by his stage name Pop Smoke, was another rapper who passed away in the year 2020. Pop Smoke was only 20 years old when he passed away, but he was known as a pioneer of the Brooklyn drill music scene. He rose to fame with his hit singles Welcome to the Party and Dior, and he was well on his way to altering the sound of Brooklyn rap when he passed away. Pop Smoke was possibly one of the youngest rappers to pass away on this list. Being a native of the neighborhood of Canarsie in Brooklyn, he found himself embroiled in criminal activity at a young age and discovered that he needed to participate in it in order to survive. In February of the year 2020, Pop Smoke was fatally wounded during a botched house invasion and ultimately lost his life. According to other sources, Smoke, who was a member of the Wu Gang in Brooklyn, was having problems relating to the gang in the days leading up to his passing. Well, do you like what you are seeing so far? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep watching because you don't want to miss what we have at the number 1 spot. 5. Big Pun. If you enjoy hip-hop in its more traditional form, then you are likely to enjoy the music of Big Pun as well. Christopher Rios, the Latino artist, was born in 1971 in the Bronx, which is located in the state of New York. Pun was the first Latino rapper to ever achieve platinum status, and he did so while proudly flying the flag of his Puerto Rican origin. His story was not one of gang warfare or street feuds, rather, it was one of natural talent, opportunities, and family, as well as bad habits that he developed while attempting to deal with the challenges of life. Big Pun was a voracious reader who later discovered a passion for rap music. Rap mogul Fat Joe of the Terror Squad was the one who found him and recognized him for his intricate and skilled rhyming as well as his ability to rhyme for long durations of time without taking a breath. Fat Joe was impressed by his ability to rap for long periods of time without taking a breath. 4. Notorious B.I.G. Christopher Wallace, better known by his stage name the Notorious B.I.G. or as Biggie Smalls, was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. He rose to fame in Bed-Stuy, New York, as a result of his legendary rapping abilities. Biggie Smalls, who had a bigger girth than Big Pun, was also a fan of rhyming, in the same vein as Big Pun. It was the Source magazine that brought his rich baritone voice, rhythmic flow over the beat, and easy storytelling of the struggles of street hustling to the public's attention for the first time. After some time, he decided to sign with Sean Puffy Combs of Bad Boy Records, at which point he started to really come into the spotlight. But his battle with Tupac Shakur, a former friend and associate in the rap scene, quickly became out of control. Biggie Smalls was shot and killed in Los Angeles in the year 1997, while he was only 24 years old. 3. Yaki Gaddafi. Yaki Gaddafi, who was also known legally as Yafu Akiyofula, was a member of the Outlaws music group that was founded by rapper, actor, and activist Tupac Shakur. In addition to being a fellow artist, Yaki Gaddafi was also Tupac's godbrother. Other members of the Outlaws were people like Castro, Hussein Fatal, Napoleon, Mussolini, and even Tupac himself, performing under the stage name Machiavelli. Kadafi had an important role in Tupac's life and was similar to the rapper's right-hand man. On a number of Tupac's albums, including All Eyes on Me, Me Against the World, Still, I Rise, The Don Killuminati, The 7 Day Theory, and Until the End of Time, he was included as a guest performer. Yaki Gaddafi was purportedly discovered dead in an apartment building in Orange, New Jersey, some months after Tupac Shakur passed away in Las Vegas. Tupac Shakur's death occurred in Las Vegas. It is thought that the killing was connected to the feuds that broke out on the West Coast and East Coast as a result of personal conflicts between Tupac and Biggie. 2. Goonew. On March 18, 2022, Goonew was a victim of a shooting in District Heights, Maryland, which resulted in his death. Goonew, who had just turned 24 years old, passed away after sustaining injuries that threatened his life in a shooting that took place in a parking lot in District Heights, Maryland. 1. Tupac Shakur. The passing of Tupac Shakur is almost certainly going to be remembered as the most surprising and heartbreaking passing of any artist. Tupac was raised in a disenfranchised, low-income black community and witnessed firsthand the injustices that plagued those communities since his mother was a Black Panther activist. He was compelled to continue on the quest for justice and to express the trials of street life in his music, and as a result, he achieved massive success with the recording of many albums and the release of hit singles such as Changes, Dear Mama, and Keep Ya Head Up. In addition to this, he made the move to Hollywood and began a career as an actor, appearing in films such as Poetic Justice and Juice alongside Janet Jackson and Omar Epps respectively. However, his fame also brought him opponents in competition with East Coast rappers Biggie Smalls and Sean Puffy Combs, who he said shot him a total of 5 times in the year 1994. Tupac Shakur was eventually gunned down and died in Las Vegas in 1996, after exiting a fight between Mike Tyson and Biggie Smalls. So, that's it for today's video. What do you think of the number 1 spot? Hit us up in the comments and let's chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for our channel so you never miss what's coming next from us. Thanks for watching.